I'm Super Mario Galaxy Bro, and I will be your guide for today's meditation. Please, if you haven't already, get comfortable. Wherever you are, standing, sitting, or lying down. Walking is okay too. Just take a deep breath and release. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Just notice, take a moment and notice what your breath is doing. Don't change anything right now. Just notice it. Good. Now, take one deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and release. And it doesn't have to be through your nose, but just take another deep breath in, hold, and release. Through your mouth or whatever works best, and breathe in one more time before we dive into today's wisdom. Hold and release. Nice and slow. Today, I want to talk about change. Change can be hard, and we touched on what to do when it's hard last week, or 2 weeks ago now. But change can also be good. Why is it good? I'm not saying the change in and of itself is good. And again, I am pulling this wisdom not from myself, but from a variety of gurus and teachers who are much greater than myself. One I remember and know is Socrates. But change helps us develop into the person we're meant to become. Change shapes us. When a pot is molded on a wheel, it is put under pressure by the molder's hands. It might not be a lot of pressure, but just enough to make it uncomfortable. So when you feel that discomfort, know that you are indeed growing. Change happens right now. Change does not happen in the past. It's already done. There's only energy and thought. You can take a deep breath at any time if you feel prompted. Just listen to your body, whose needs are constantly changing. I shouldn't have put the label to change. There was no label of change. As good or bad, change just is. But it is something that we are an agent of. If you would, just take a moment and try this exercise with me. We've touched on similar tactics in the past, but I want to try this one with you. Try to imagine whatever thought comes to mind, whatever it may be. Again, we're not going to place a label on it, but I'd like you to try to envision putting it in a bubble right in front of you. And just exercise having it sit there in that bubble and see if you can, with your breath, create some space between you and that bubble. The bubble is there, but so is your breath. Try to give attention to your breath. Not pushing the bubble away, just letting it be. So that we can learn to be with change. I also noted a couple of times in this meditation where I was not perfect. And there are a lot of times in life where we aren't perfect, but we can still be okay with that. We can still find peace in the midst of change and imperfection, because those two things are constants throughout our human experience. I'm trying to think if I can find one more nugget of that change wisdom. The main thing is remembering that the future and the past do not exist. You are here right now. This is where change begins, and change shapes us into who we become. And that we have power in this moment to take a deep breath, to find some space between us and the thoughts that we place in those bubbles. I think that's all I have for you today. Please do know that you are not alone. Always know that there is someone for you to reach out to. And we'll touch on, or my plan is for the next one to touch on patience. Since sometimes the person doesn't get back to you right away, and that's okay. But I'm glad you all enjoy these. And hopefully we'll Super Mario Galaxy you back here super soon for the next one.